Another day done at the Edinburgh Fringe, and what a day it's been. I've actually had a couple of trickier shows over the last couple of days, but today, all four of the shows that I did were absolutely lovely. Started off with Every Day's a School Day down at City Cafe. Again, had a nice full room. Unfortunately, had to turn a few people away today. I think there was about 10 people who didn't get in. But I'd obviously miscounted somewhere because about 5 minutes into the show, two latecomers turned up who had booked tickets. So obviously I had to let them in, but there were no seats left. So they ended up kind of stood next to me whilst I was performing. And I had to kind of do the show to them, but also to the rest of the audience. It was very bizarre, but it was a lot of fun and everybody enjoyed themselves. We had a great time. Then on to a class act. Now, when I was flying outside the venue, a guy came up to me and went, "Hey, good to see you again. I'm the terminally ill guy," which was a little bit confusing to begin with. But it turns out, and I remembered this when he told me the story, a couple of years ago, I had a bit in my show where I asked if people were frightened of death. And he said, "I'm not frightened of death, I'm terminally ill," which created a really weird tension in the room. And I started today's show by explaining that. And again, created that same tension, but we got a few laughs out of it. But to be honest, I'm just delighted that he's still kicking around, this lovely guy called Richard, and that he was able to come to the show and enjoy it with us today. That was really lovely to see him. Jokers in the Pack was a good show too. Ryan asked me if I would mind emceeing today because he's absolutely shattered. We had about 45 in, and we weren't expecting that at all because we had quite low pre-sales. But again, lovely audience, all really up for it. You can tell right from the word go, when you first introduce yourself on stage, you can tell the energy that you get back from the audience, and they were really, really on board. So lovely show for there. All of the acts did well today. Great time. And then it got a little bit sadder because I went off and it was time for my kids to head back home to Milton Keynes. So got to spend a little bit more time with them, but I was really sad to see them go. They've had a lovely time in Edinburgh, exploring, going out, enjoying themselves, but I'm going to miss them for the rest of the run. And then off to Wes's show in the evening. Again, really great crowd. There were some young lads right by the side of the stage who we had a lot of fun with. These boys out celebrating their fucking GCSE results today. They were a good laugh. Some of them had their own punchlines to stuff and got some really big laughs from the audience. So they may just have a future in stand-up themselves. But I've headed home for an early night. Tomorrow, the Premier League season kicks off, so I'll be staying out to watch the football after all of the shows. But for tonight, it's an early night, and I will see you all again tomorrow.